On today's episode of Watch JR Go, I'm going to show you how to go from start to finish buying a car, I did that part, to listing it on Turo in one day. What is going on, guys? I am Watch JR Go, and this is a 2015 Fiat 500 I bought yesterday. And I got a good deal on it, although not as good of a deal as I got on my last Fiat 500, the Abarth. And the Abarth was obviously amazing. It was a full bolt-on car. I loved driving it. Absolute blast, manual transmission. This is the exact opposite of that car, but it's exactly what I wanted for Turo. It's a Fiat 500 Pop. It has almost no miles on it. My Abarth had just racks of miles on it. I don't remember how much, but I think it was around 200,000. And it drove great, but I was always concerned about it. This one, I'm not concerned about in any way. So it's finished in a beautiful blue. I love the color, it really does pop. And it has one new tire on it. Unfortunately, we're going to have to replace all of them because I want a matching set on there. So I guess we'll have to take that one off. We're headed over to the tire shop here in just a few. It's very dirty. There's stickers on it, front and back. And let's go ahead and just do the usual old new car inspection here. Door panel is super dirty and the door stay is not great, but eventually in the middle there it does stop. Let's see, what do we have here? Plastic bags, interesting. There's no Christmas trees, so I think we're clear there. There's like a metal something hanging from the mirror. I don't know what that is. I also just noticed an antenna hanging out in the windshield. I should mention that is for the remote start this has. This has an Avital remote start. Factory key, I got both keys, which is something you definitely want for Turo in case you have to go recover a car. You don't want to have to call the locksmith and have him meet you there. You want a key with you at all times. Make sure you get 2 keys, and if not, go get one made. So aftermarket remote start, I don't think Fiat 500s came with remote start until like the very end of the run, or maybe the Fiat 500Ls. Good old Dodge steering wheel again, radio controls on the back. All the usual controls you would expect on the front. Media controls, mute, back, voice controls, cruise control over there, and that really cool cluster Fiat 500s have. The only power on this thing is the power mirrors and the power windows, but the seats are great. Obviously, I've driven one back from Tennessee to Kansas, which is a very long drive, and it was super comfy. Had a great time, and there are stickers all over this car. We've got an old K-tag, old oil change indicators, parking passes, just stickers on stickers. It came with 2 GPSs because the old owner is moving out of the country. So we've got a nice little Garmin GPS, and here we've got a Magellan GPS, and here is the Garmin dash thing for it. Although, oh, you can peel that off and it'll stick on your dash. Cool. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the GPSs. I might rent it out with them. I kind of doubt it though. A whole bunch of junk in the glove box along with an ice scraper. Classic Elliot Alvis tip there. A USB port in the glove box, which is nice. Charge only on that one. And of course an aux in down here by the 2 molded cup holders. It's a lot of plastic in here. Aux in and a USB port there. There's your power window controls. There's the shifter. You can shift it. Traction off's right there. The normal climate control. Now, this is a base model. There is an automatic climate control, but I've always had this one. And you push in on the fan for the AC and turn everything off by just turning the fan to off. There's the radio. It works as you would expect. It looks basic, but it's actually pretty functional in these things. The iPhone input works. A sport button that probably just remaps the pedal in the automatic. In the Abarth, it's a huge deal. Hazards, defrost, and yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's any other options in a Fiat 500 Abarth. There are back seats, technically. There's about 4 inches of room from the back seat to the back of the passenger seat. Molded cup holders in the back for them as well. Those cup holders are honestly nice because I've never had more than 2 people in one of these, and that just means you have 4 cup holders for 2 people, which is the ideal amount, so each person can have 2 drinks. Manual seats, so you can... I think it's hitting the floor mats. Oh, there's something under the seat that it's hitting. Oh, the thing under the seat is the jack and the toolkit, I think. So we found that in the back here. Squeeze this button, it opens the hatch. If you need to lower the spare tire, there's a crank under that front seat, and you go through that hole there and lower it down like it's a Chevy Silverado. The back seats of these are honestly super useful as well. You take this thing out and flip the seats down. You've got a ton of room. There you go. You can actually get a whole lot of stuff in here because you're probably not using the back seats anyway. I know I never used the back seats in my old one. It's because I didn't have back seats, I just remembered. Most people do delete them in the Abarths. So this is powered by the Fiat 1.4 liter multi-air that ended up in a whole bunch of Dodges, and I think the Jeep Renegade, just a whole lot of cars in general. This one is non-turboed though, unlike most of the premium cars. So we've got a bunch of leaves under the hood and in the cowl. I need to get all that cleaned out today. That's a little bit of a mess. Let's check for valve cover seepage. Hopefully there's none. Ooh, all the plastic underneath there looks good. So the multi-air brake is hiding like right up in the middle there. Everything over here looks pretty good. Somebody spilled a bunch of oil around the filler, but other than that, I'm not seeing a lot of issues here. Gotta love that oil filter being buried. It's straight down there. Always fun to get out. It's looking like there's just a lot of cleanup to do and not much else. Even the foam is still in the cover here. And it's honestly kind of weird to have the cover and the air cleaner because everybody puts cold air intakes on these. So that's looking pretty good so far. The cap's missing for the washer fluid here, but I would say that is our inspection of my 2015 Fiat 500. Now let's get this thing up on the lift and pull the wheels off and run them over to the tire shop to have the new tires mounted, balanced, and hopefully we're good to go. It is throwing me a TPMS error, so I do want to make sure all the TPMS sensors are working as well because I don't want warnings on the dash. We've got the TPMS reader here. Let's run around and see what each wheel has to say. All right, we're good on driver front, good on passenger front. Well, they're all reporting, and it does seem like the brand new tire is the lowest one. So we're gonna get the Saab off the lift, swap in the Fiat, and put the Saab back on so we can be back on it tomorrow. To me, this is very time sensitive. If I buy a car, it needs to be listed on Turo as fast as possible so that it's not just sitting around here not earning anything. We need to run through the recon and get it listed as fast as possible, which means by the end of the day. So detail, tires, oil change, and it should be good to go after I make sure there's no warning lights on the dash in just a matter of hours. Have engine oil changed, left front tire low. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe the TPMS warning cleared. It should have cleared because all these tires are in spec. This is one of the only cars you can put on a lift this sideways, then pull all the way through the lift, straighten up, and absolutely nail it. These little things are awesome to work on. Everything's accessible. It's all like a 10-minute job to change a shock, minutes to get a wheel off, brakes, minutes. I mean, everything on this is just great to deal with. And that's one of the reasons I'm excited to have it. And I've found some other Turo fleets that are literally all Fiat 500s. I know one guy now that has 50 of these things, and I think this could be an absolute killer. If you buy them used and you buy them cheap like this and throw them up for 40 bucks a day, they should do really well. That CV is leaking a little bit of fluid out of it. You can see it's a little wet there. Other than that, pan's dry, engine's dry. Wow. Everything's great. Okay, these tires aren't as bad as I thought they were, but we're still gonna go ahead and replace them. One of them is really low tread depth. These front two are so let's just do them all and take care of this for probably the next 2 years or something like that. Well, we had the wheels and tires unloaded out of here so fast, I forgot to even hit record. They said be back in an hour and 30 minutes and we should have everything ready to go, along with Casey's drag pack unmounted over there that he sent quite a while ago and blew one of the tires. Now you do need to tag your cars as well. I've found the best way to do this is to get out your inkjet printer, find a template online, and you should be good to go. I think that's how it works. Casey wanted to clean this up before. I didn't really do that, all right, chill out. This is totally rough. And of course, Kansas mails you your metal plate, so we'll have that in a couple weeks. And for now, it's cleaned underneath, so when we wash it today, there won't be a bunch more mud coming out from beneath the tag, underneath the tag. Should be good to go. Also, I don't ever pull off the adhesive strips and put them on. I've found many times that those will never come off again. It will be permanent adhesive all over the back of the car, so don't do that if you care about your car. Here's a cool Fiat 500 feature. If you're cleaning out the cowl because it was completely full of leaves, these little wiper covers here for the wiper arms, they just pop right off. So you just kind of set the corner in there like that and then put it back. And to take it out, you do the exact same thing. Just pry on the inside, or lift up on the inside. The back side there is the actual clip that goes in and holds it there, kind of the pivot. So those were completely full of garbage and leaves and everything, and it sure cleaned up easy once those came out. Going for the high-speed oil change today. We're vacuuming the oil out and the filter's on top as well. So we'll just let this thing do its magic, and any minute now, we should have all the oil out of the car and be right back on to swapping the filter and refilling it. And we're gonna put Motul in this too. Hopefully it keeps it running forever. Oiling in the Fiat 500 is very important because of the multi-air module. Basically, it's 4 solenoids that are actuated by oil that let it continuously adjust all of the intake valve timing. So it's got just a really cool timing system in it. So if you run out, or you know, the oil's trash, anything like that, you can end up killing these engines. We got lots of vacuum. It sounds like we're getting close to having this thing emptied out here. So we're saving my brand new Sumitomo tire. Gio's putting in work over here. I did find out that one wheel that had that new tire is a brand new wheel. Apparently they ruined the old wheel. Yeah, buddy. Those are worth more than that whole Fiat. All right, Gio, how many $20 is this gonna cost me?
That's a lot of math.
That's not reasonable. 325 bucks for tires, and now we are at O'Reilly's to pick up an oil filter, and that should be all we need for the Fiat today. All right, 5, 7, 3, 4, 1. There we go. There's our Fiat filter. Hopefully. Filter acquired. This will be the one time that I have oil at the shop, amazingly. So let's get back over there, throw this filter in and get this thing to the car wash. Go on Bluetooth. We got our Motul 8100 extra clean instead of XS in this one. Ooh! The perfect amount of Bluetooth. All right, a couple more seconds. I already threw the filter on. It helps if you have your socket on a swivel and a long extension to do this job. You can do the filter really quick like that. All right, let's clear the oil light now that it's all changed. 1, 2, 3. Look at that, no more errors on the dash. We are good to go. Oh, the Fiat fits anywhere. So cool. Casey and Scott are absolutely knocking this out. I'm getting all the stickers off. There were stickers all over this thing. The door jambs are full. Windshield had 3 in it. And of course we've got one more up there on the glass, trying to get all that out. And this interior should be done here in moments at this rate. Oh yeah, this looks a million times better. It also looks like it might have been somebody's fishing vehicle, because we found a one of those knives to use when you're skinning the fish or splitting the fish. And we found some fishing string. But the rear end looks amazing back here, and dash is looking good. And I spent a lot of time getting all these stickers off while they were going through the interior. And I mean, it's getting real close to looking new here. That 500 paint on the dash looks slick once it's clean. Casey's steaming the seat rails to make it beautiful. Detail dudes knocked it out of the park, getting this interior wiped down real quick and making it look like a reasonable car. It also smells way better. Now I'm gonna run to the car wash because all the high pressure washer and everything's put away here. It's freezing outside too, and we're gonna wash this thing. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this car only has 61,000 miles. Just rolled over 61,000. It's brand new, one of the newest cars I have other than my truck. Also, there's been a lot of questions about that Cayenne. It has 85,000 miles. I was saying something else before it. I was not saying 285,000 miles. Both of these are like super nice, unbelievable. After the car wash, I found a reasonable background to take some pictures here. I think it looks pretty good. You're always kind of going for a cityscape unless it's an off-road car like a Jeep. So this church looked good, and I'll throw up the pictures that I took here right now. And I mean, they should sell the car, I hope. Also, it's like super cheap to rent, so that should sell the car. Anyway, let's go get this thing listed up. I might park the Cayenne. This thing rocks. So smooth going down the road. I stopped for a few seconds, grabbed my phone, and had the whole thing listed. And you know, the usual time it takes 3 or 4 minutes to write a description and throw some pictures on there. So this is live. I'll throw a link in the description below. One day from start to finish Turo car. Well, I'm pretty proud of this one. I would say probably from the time we bought the car, that took about 2 hours yesterday. I mean, I made the deal in 15 minutes, and then I needed Jake to go with me to pick it up because it was all the way across town. So that took about an hour. I would say 2 hours of picking the car up, and 4 hours of work went into getting this thing completely ready, new tires, oil change, detailed, and on Turo, and a little bit of time at the DMV this morning. So that's how you go from buying a car to getting it listed on Turo in one day. And the original, one of the biggest videos on the channel is making $1,000 in a day on a Civic, but this car is going to literally pay for itself, and all I have to do is show up here and hand people the keys, maybe clean it every once in a while. So I'm super excited about all of these cars. So the Turo fleet stacked in here, and the Cayennes outside. I'm also trying to buy everything in cool colors because the cool colors are eye-catching, which I hope translates to clicks and getting people to rent the cars. So this thing's cheap. I think the minimum is 31, and it's on auto pricing. All the others I have fixed pricing. This one's on auto pricing, so it can be anywhere from 31 to like 75 bucks a day. And also, there's always a lot of questions about, are you going to put this on Turo? Are you going to put nothing other than what I buy for Turo is going on Turo, because none of it's allowed. Technically, you can get exemptions, but like the S4, I would never. The Saab, I would never. Most of these cars, I would never, and they're also way too old. They need to be, right now, 2011 or newer. So that's why everything I bought is 2011. I'll make sure I update you guys in the future about when these cars are going out and how much they make. The Dart's been going out all the time, and we'll be back on the Saab tomorrow. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjrgo.com for cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. Also, that Durango is listed now because that recall's cleared, because of course it was performed through the dealer. I don't know why there were a million comments saying this doesn't count. It definitely counts.